of you know from my other videos, I was actually able to achieve a 10-second front lever hold at 16 using a very specific training method which I orchestrated myself. And in this video I want to talk about how I did this and some realizations that I've made about the front lever. Almost everybody thinks that the front lever is all about your core. So say if you go up to someone on the street and you show them a front lever, maybe you're in a train or something and you do a front lever, what will they say? They'll say, wow, that's a lot of core strength. But this is just due to a lack of knowledge, right? When you're doing a front lever, you need back strength. You need core strength. I know one of my friends, he can't currently learn the front lever because he doesn't have enough core strength. That's what's lacking. So you can build that up by doing just leg raises on the bar until you can hold the dragon flag, which I've mentioned in my other video, and I'll put it on screen here. But if you can hold the dragon flag, then you can hold the front lever. And you should only work on your back strength. For the guys watching who are already into weighted pull-ups and have watched my other videos on weighted pull-ups, you should already be improving your back strength, and this is a key to moving towards the front lever. Now that we've covered that common misconception and you understand that you need to unlock massive amounts of back strength, not massive amounts, but good amount of back strength to unlock the front lever, the obvious question is, how do you do this? How do you build up enough back strength to have enough strength for this move? In my other video about the front lever, I suggested that you can just do weighted pull-ups and you don't need to do any rows and you will be fine. Or I might have said that you had to do some rows, but it isn't essential. Now, I truly believe that you've got to be doing rows if you want to unlock the front lever. The front lever is a horizontal pulling movement. This is a horizontal pull and this is a vertical pull. Yes, whilst doing pull-ups will somewhat improve your back strength. If you do horizontal pulling movements like front lever rows and just machine rows or whatever sort of row you want, barbell rows, dumbbell rows, any sort of row which means that you're pulling this way instead of this way, you're going to improve your horizontal pulling strength, this is very important that it is very specific to the exercise, your horizontal pulling strength, not your vertical pulling strength. Obviously, you should still do weighted pull-ups because you want to get closer to the one-arm pull-up. But for the front lever, if we're talking in terms of the front lever, we want that specific horizontal pulling strength because the front lever is all about specific strength for the move. Your body is not designed automatically to do the front lever. You need to train those specific pulling muscles to do the front lever. By the way, if you're interested in an absolute masterclass and an exact blueprint which is going to take you from very limited calisthenics knowledge and skill all the way through the spectrum to being able to do the one-arm pull-up and the front lever complete, then check the link in the description because I'm launching my own online community which is helping guys to move forward exponentially in their calisthenics progress and taking them through step by step all the paces of going from having very little calisthenics skill and strength all the way to getting super strong and jacked at the same time and building a load of muscle in the process and being able to unlock amazing skills like the one-arm pull-up and the front lever. It really is an unreal opportunity and I would absolutely love to help guys go on the exact same journey that I've been on in the last year, where I've gone from almost no calisthenic strength all the way to unlocking these skills. So I really just want to spread this to other guys and that's why I've created this community. You can also get my specific advice and advice from others. I think it's a great opportunity for everybody to share their knowledge. I believe that absolutely anybody who believes that they can unlock the front lever and the one-arm pull-up and clean muscle-ups can do it. There is nothing stopping you from achieving these moves, and especially using the information in the link in the description, so guaranteed to make progress and succeed. I was able to achieve my first front lever in under 2 weeks of training it, and I happened to get my first ever one-arm pull-ups only about a month and a half later because of all the knowledge that I've got. I also want to go over why you should learn the front lever. First of all, if you take two people, right, so you take two people, one of them can do a full front lever for 10 seconds and the other person can't hold the front lever at all. Their legs just immediately go down. Who do you reckon is going to be healthier? Who is going to be in better shape? Obviously, you would say the person who can do the full front lever. Because first of all, they're going to be lean. They're going to likely have a clean diet. They're likely going to train often and their heart is going to be healthier. They're going to be slimmer. They're not going to be carrying much fat. So this is really the advantages of training towards the front lever. You don't have to be close to the front lever. As long as you're training for it, you're improving your health in the process. And also, you get all of the muscle building benefits. So a lot of people just go to the gym to build muscle. But you're taking that one step further by going to the gym for calisthenics because you're getting huge and jacked at the same time and building your arms, building your shoulders, building your back, because pull-ups are the best for the back. And the way that I tell you to train is going to absolutely blow up your aesthetics anyway. and build that aesthetic calisthenics physique, which is so famous around the world. And also you're just going to be happier as you get closer to this goal. I believe that this is such a good goal to have. I would actually argue that most of the world's problems would just dissipate like that if everybody could do a full front lever. Imagine how amazing that would be, because everybody would be in shape, everybody would be happier. Let's go over how often should you train for the front lever. I actually trained almost every day for the front lever, doing a lot of front lever rows, but you can overdo it. And something that I've realized in the last couple of weeks of training is that I was slightly overdoing it a little bit. You really don't want to be doing too much, because whilst you do want to adapt your body to the movement of doing the front lever, as I've said, because it's a very specific type of strength, horizontal pulling strength that you need to have, so you want to do a lot of front lever rows. And I do stick by this. I think you should be doing a lot of volume just to adapt your body to the movement. If anyone types up how to learn the front lever onto YouTube, the exact same things come up every time. Every guide says just do this tuck hold and then slightly extend your legs out, and then slightly extend your legs out to a straddle front lever, and then in a couple weeks time you should get it. But you're not adapting your body to the movement. You're not building that rowing strength, because the rowing strength is the most important thing on top of the core strength. So the step one is just get your core strength into check. So do just leg raises and do any sort of core workout. I would recommend doing leg raises because it's the most important factor in holding the dragon flag. And then once you've got a tick for the core strength, once you can hold the dragon flag, just work on your pulling strength, and obviously work on your horizontal pulling strength whilst you're working on your core strength if you need to. But I was actually able to personally skip the core strength stage because my core was already decently strong, and I've always been lean, so that's the way it is. Also, it's good to note that when I started training for the front lever, I was already doing weighted pull-ups, so I was already improving my back strength, and I'd already done some rows in the past. So keep doing rows, keep doing pull-ups, because you can progress the one-arm pull-up, but maybe if you want to slightly focus your training towards the front lever, do more rows than pull-ups.
As a final note for this video, I just want to note that this was my front lever last January. It's kind of crazy looking back on this because I thought this was sick. It just goes to show at this point I didn't know any of the information that I've just spread in this video. And between this time of January to today, I've taken my front lever to a completely different level. Like, it's light and day compared to the old version. It just goes to show how valuable the information in this video really is. Be sure to check out the link in the description if you want more of my content, and I hope you subscribe if you find the video helpful. Keep training calisthenics and you'll get there soon. Thanks for watching.